Well, YouTube Nation, that triple unboxing I did a while ago was so entertaining, I figured let's do it again. So, truth be told, these boxes I received late last year. I haven't had a chance to open them up because I have been busy with other projects. I've been busy with my job. So I figured it's time to make like a tomato, catch up on these boxes. Two of these boxes came from trains.com, trains with a Z. One box was a Hanukkah present from the missus. Another box from trains.com was a separate order that I had placed. And box number 3, which I'll open first because I received that box first, is from my good friend Bernie Macavage at Bernie's Model Railroad in Jessup, Pennsylvania. Bernie's a wonderful guy. He's very friendly. He's got a lovely little shop. He had left his regular job and decided to concentrate on the model railroad shop on a full-time basis. So I wish Bernie nothing but the best of luck. So let's get right into it, shall we? So, from my good friend Bernie is an Athearn Blue Box SD40-2 in Canadian National livery, of course. The marking over here shows that the locomotive had come from the Grand Trunk and Western Railroad. Historians of the Canadian National Railroad will more than confirm that the Grand Trunk, as it was known, had been incorporated into the Canadian National Railroad. This is basically old new stock, and underneath are detail pieces in the envelope. Plastic stanchions. Plastic so you won't have the headache of playing around with the metal stanchions that could be like playful baby pandas. And the paperwork. I'm gonna have a fun time getting this thing serviced, because Lord knows how long it's been. Because if it's old new stock, or no, new old stock, what am I talking about? Don't listen to me. Then of course it is going to need to be seen to. So I'm just going to reorient the foam. So we have that one. The next box is the Hanukkah present from the wife that I got on trains.com. No peeking. Okay, so in the first trains box, the Hanukkah present from the missus, we have a Concord material handling car in Amtrak livery. Came in its original box, which is very exciting, and I'm going to open it up. Let's see. The paperwork is here. Subscribe to Trains Magazine. That's gone the way of the dodo. We have the wait. We have the underbody with which to mount the couplers and trucks. The car itself, and inside the car, peekaboo, are the trucks and the couplers. What kind of couplers do I have here? Horn hooks, and I might dial this up. So this is new old stock, which is quite awesome, since it's never touched the rails before. So that's going to be a treat putting that together. And I'm going to pop it into the box. So there's that one. And we have ourselves a lifelike Proto 1000 RDC1 in Amtrak livery. Now, I have another Proto 1000 RDC for Amtrak, but it's an RDC2. Long have I been searching for an RDC1. And if I can open it up without damaging the box, of course, I've got... Alright, give me a second. Okay, there we go. Come out, come out. This one looks like it's in pristine condition. Uh, although I can already tell that this is pre-owned because a previous owner, if not the previous owner, clipped the air hoses. If you could see it, someone clipped the air hoses here and over here. I guess they wanted either they wanted to be a little bit more prototypical, or they ran this on tracks and the coupler and the air hose kept catching the tracks, or it kept catching. But this is in otherwise very good condition. In here we have horn hook couplers. And as you can see, inside the box is the paperwork, which is always, always, always a plus. Because if you come upon something that doesn't have the paperwork, as much as I love the site, HO Seeker may not have that literature, or if they do have the literature, it may not be as clear as you'd want it to be because it was a crummy scan. But otherwise, she's in fine shape. Would love to run her to see how well she runs. To see if it needs any TLC. So I'm just gonna pop this girl back in the box. Put the cover on and oopie, slide her back in. That is if I don't go complete full numbskull. Alright, I am going to leave both ends of the box open because it was an albatross and a half, and to get it out, and I somewhat slightly tore the box, but it's not, but all is not lost. Lastly, from box 1 of trains.com, this is a Model Power E8, a locomotive in Canadian National livery. I do not recall Canadian National ever having an E8 in this livery, and the zebra stripes on the fireman's side, I'm not sure if they got it wrong. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure. It doesn't matter, because if you Google Canadian National locomotives in the zebra livery, you'll find these stripes in all different orientations. Now, while it didn't come with its original box, and while it was sold and marketed under Model Power, it's a Roco, because it weighs a ton, and that is because of the can motor inside. The build of the locomotive especially with the trucks underneath, are characteristic of Roco of Austria. So while it may be a Model Power, it may have been sold in a Model Power box, she's a Roco. And these guys are pretty easy to maintain and service. I could already tell that the light housing is loosey-goosey inside, so I am going to have to get inside. My one qualm about these Rocos is that with the front pilot, it's not so easy to remove the shell. So you have to be pretty careful with the coupler in the front pilot, because if you're not careful, you could break the coupler. It is unfortunate. You have to be really careful with removing the coupler and then putting the coupler back, because it could break easily. I can admit that that the coupler could break, but that a coupler has broken under my watch. But we'll try to be careful with this one. I'm not sure how well it ran, but I am going to have to put her in the test track and service her. I'm also going to carefully remove these horns and honor Mick Jagger's wishes and paint them black. So, be right back with the second box. So now, on to the last box. So, I picked up 3 shipping containers for the well cars that I picked up at a swap meet not too long ago, and I also picked up a Walther's, what do they call these things? Auto rack cars in the Grand Trunk livery. And unlike the others that I have in my possession, this came in its original box, which always, and with all other original boxes, it proves itself to be an albatross to open. Ain't she purty? My only misgiving about this thing is that it says, where does it say? I saw it just a second ago. Yeah. Now featuring Bachmann Easy Make couplers. And it begs the question, why? You couldn't spend the extra couple of dollars and get a proper Katie coupler? What are you thinking? I mean, fortunately, these are the Mark II Easy Make couplers, and the Mark IIs are they're Katie wannabes, so never will be's. Um, but I'm glad that th- this will complement the two Rio Grande auto rack cars that I picked up at that swap meet a while back for $4 each. This will also complement a another auto rack in the Grand Trunk livery that I also picked up from trains.com from a while back. And I also picked up from trains.com the the California sleeping car by for by Concord, and it must be from the same it must have been by the owned by the same person that that had that I bought those other loose Concord Superliner cars from. So that about wraps it. So with that being said, I want to thank all of my subscribers for the continued support. Please like and share. If you're not a subscriber, there is a link at the bottom right hand corner. And as always, thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you soon.